The Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games, like many events around the world, is using the international standard ISO 2012-1. ISO 2012-1 was inspired by the London Olympic and Paralympic Games and is a standard that implements a culture for sustainability. Sustainability is a balance between economic, environmental and social impacts. So if you implement ISO 2012-1, it means that everyone you work with will be looking at what the environmental, economic and social impact is of every decision. This is great business sense.
It was a very challenging process implementing ISO 2012-1. What we did, we identified what our issues were. There were several, but what organisation doesn't have them? We also, which is really important, is that we got our Chief Executive on board, David Grevenberg, who supported us from the start. That's key. We wouldn't have done it without him. And we worked out those issues. We set an objective against each issue, made a plan and worked towards it, and are working towards some of them. We made a commitment to certify the organising committee to ISO 2012-1, and that was something we were determined to do, and we did successfully. Now, the legacy of that, for the organising committee for our games, we can say, yes, we're running sustainable games, and here's the proof, which is very important. But the legacy of that is even more interesting because the Commonwealth Games Federation, the owners of the Commonwealth Games, now have a vast amount of learning, and they have the information required to pass on to Gold Coast for the next games in 2018 and for the future games for the bidding cities. It gives them information as well to say, how do I do this? What's a sustainable games? How did Glasgow do it? I'm not saying what we do in Glasgow is different to what they'll do elsewhere. The infrastructure is different, everything's different, but it gives them the structure to work from and to look at how they can do it for their games too. ISO 2012-1 is a large document. It can be unwieldy to go through. I think the biggest challenge for us was understanding how we can fit in with what that stated. Once we'd implemented the standard and everything was in place, we discovered that we didn't have percentage targets for many things. Now, this is basically because we were gifted a legacy of a bid which had a lot of targets that we knew that we couldn't achieve. So we had to look at what we were doing and reassess our targets and introduce some new objectives even. So we set out a number of objectives that we then strove to achieve.
So I'm Libby Jardine. I'm a Sustainability Coordinator at the Glasgow 2014 Sustainability Team. I'm actually seconded in from a government organisation, Zero Waste Scotland, and I'm working with the rest of the sustainability team on helping the Games be more sustainable before, throughout and after the Games.
And I'm Heather Donald. I'm also an Environment and Sustainability Coordinator, so I make up the third member of our Environment and Sustainability team. So one of the exciting initiatives we've had is creating a venue sustainability programme. So this involved the recruitment and training of sustainability champions for each of our competition venues. So we had a recruitment and training day where we appealed for members across all staff, and they were all invited to come, and it's been really successful. We've had over 50 members sign up, and the venue sustainability champions have been working at venue and helping to promote the sustainability messaging there.
The Environment Forum, the 2014 Environment Forum, was set up just after Glasgow won the bid to host the Commonwealth Games, and that was back in November 2007. And what it was an opportunity to create a group, all of whom had interests in how we would run a sustainable Commonwealth Games. The group's now the Scottish Government, who chaired the group. There was Glasgow City Council, a key partner. There was the organising committee ourselves. There were the regulatory bodies such as Scottish Environmental Protection Agency, SEPA, Scottish Natural Heritage, Historic Scotland, and a wide range of NGO groups, environmental NGOs. We had the Ramblers, RSPB, we had Scottish Water, we had all sorts of individuals as well who wanted to take the opportunity to let us know what they thought about what we were doing and whether they thought we were doing a good or bad job, you know, because you have to take criticism in these things as well.